Well, good evening. Glad to see everybody here on our regular Tuesday night 7kmetals opportunity and training session. Since we're all members, we're going to go ahead and have a training session. But one of the main purposes of this here is to really instill into each one of you and then everyone else the key ingredients for success in network marketing, and in particular 7kmetals. We have one of the greatest opportunities that's come along, I think, in the 21st century, in my opinion. You know, I did this once before in a company in the mid-90s, and to be quite frankly, with you and everyone on our team, I cleared over $1 million. That changed our life significantly. We became debt free. I have a couple people in the room here with us tonight that can attest to that success. But we joined the company that I was with then approximately 14 months after it started. So it got a good start. It had a good foundation. But within 6 months, our organization doubled the size of the company. And it isn't necessarily us that did it, but it's a combination of many factors that did it. Because the company was headquartered in Dallas, Texas, and it was going along fine. But a lot of people like to get rich quick in network marketing. Well, I came from the corporate world as a corporate executive developing markets around the world. My background's a chemical engineer, and I have a master's in business administration. And I made a top 2% income all my life, basically since 1976. I was a very unusual case, just to kind of get that over with. I always made more money than my bosses after the first 4 years in the corporate world. My bosses never were able to give me a salary increase, my direct bosses. That's a very unusual situation. But my wife can tell you a lot about that. But, you know, I really had an entrepreneurial spirit, and I really hated paying income taxes. And it got to one point in our life, started in about 1980, I did not want any more raises. I was in a 76% income tax bracket. And every time I got a raise, I took home less money. So I wanted expense accounts, cars, I wanted those kind of things. That's what I wanted, because you didn't pay income tax on them. But, you know, around the 90s, I was really getting disillusioned with the corporate world. I think a lot of people know about some part of that evolution, and I was looking for a way out. I was looking for a plan B, and I was looking for some income tax deductions. So I evaluated every franchise that was available. I even looked at McDonald's, even though everybody had already made a lot of money in McDonald's. But, you know, buying a franchise takes a lot of money, and you got a big employee problem if you're not managing it directly. And so even though I had an opportunity to get a couple of first-time franchises in the area, I bypassed that. I opted out, and I'm really glad I did. I fell into network marketing not because I was looking for it, but because a fellow corporate executive who I had a good degree of trust in introduced me to it in 1990, and we got involved in 1991. And it was with a $1 billion company today called New Skin. That was my first introduction to network marketing. So can you imagine me as a Mr. Mary Kay man? But, you know, to make a long story short, you know, the company went under a lot of scrutiny right after we got in, but we were building the largest organization in the country at that time. I mean, we went from a distributor to a qualifying diamond in 12 months. Now, that was pretty good. And it's because I was excited about building an opportunity part-time, about getting a plan B, and about sharing some, you know, great technology, because the company did have the best skincare products in the marketplace, period, unequivocally. And I knew that because that was the industry I was in supplying the ingredients for it. So I knew more than most people did. And my wife came along kicking and screaming into that industry with me because she was the guinea pig. If the products worked on her and she liked them, obviously other people are going to like them, right? Well, she won't give them. She still uses them today. Won't give them up. Is that a clue? Okay. Well, I'm not trying to prospect you into New Skin. I'm not even trying to get you to buy the products. I mean, you can buy them if you want them. But I really got involved in network marketing because I walked out of the corporate world in 1994 making what many people dreamed of making in a salary. And I turned down jobs over the next 2 years at $250,000 a year. I turned them down. Didn't want to go back into work for the corporations. So the headhunters got tired of calling me, and we were building an organization, and we kept losing an organization, building an organization, losing an organization, building an organization, because you'd have all kind of new network marketing companies coming in. And New Skin just wasn't, you know, it was in that stage of growth. It got started in 1984. We didn't get involved into it in 1990, 91. It had already gone through its momentum growth curve. So just about everybody already knew about New Skin, or the ones that didn't know about it. Didn't matter. They'd heard about it or whatever. You can only get so much penetration in a marketplace. Now, I'm teaching you some business skills here. Every company is going to go through this. You can only get so much penetration into a market. Okay? Because you're going to hear about a company as you're involved in 7K that I've heard about for years and didn't get involved with. Anybody ever heard Bitcoin?
Yeah.
It's called a digital coin. Well, you know, I could have bought a couple of Bitcoins for $20, $30, $40. You know, they're worth over $1,300. But you can't buy much with them, okay? They're not recognized around the world. And, you know, that was my thing. I said, you know, why do I want why do I want to trade one fiat currency for another fiat currency? You know, the dollar bill is a fiat currency. Everybody agree with that? Yeah. Okay? Because at any time the banks could change the value of it, and we don't have any control over it. Well, let me tell you what, a digital coin, it can change its value at any time, and you don't have any control over it. You may have $1 million worth of them, the next day you wake up, and they were only worth 2 cents. Duh. What a lot of people don't know, and I'm not telling you not to get a Bitcoin. I'm not telling you to get a Bitcoin. I still hadn't got one. And I watched it go from about 17 cents to $1,300. And I said, why don't I just put a couple $100 in it? You know? But my problem would be trying to sell that Bitcoin right now. That's my problem. You know, I know there's a lot of places that trade and let you buy stuff. But, you know, we buy stuff we need, don't we? You know, you can't go to Walmart and use a Bitcoin. You can't even go to Walmart.com and use a Bitcoin. Guess what? You can't go to Amazon and use a Bitcoin. There's only one store that lets you use it a little bit for a Bitcoin, and that's Overstock.com. Okay? Now, they're trying to get more, but what most people don't know, and the thing that I don't want to do, is I don't want to get a Bitcoin right now. Why? It's already went around the world. Everybody in the world knows about Bitcoin. But guess what? The thing that the public doesn't know is they got 700 more different crypto coins now. You know, just like they have different currencies around the world. Well, they got a lot more crypto coins right now. Now, I think 4 of them, my personal opinion, there's 4 that have a great opportunity. But I don't even have any of those. I could buy some. Doesn't mean I'm going to network them. Okay? I look at Bitcoin, it's kind of like gold and silver. Everybody needs to have some, just in case they're right. That's the only reason I'm evaluating the other 4. Okay? Because one of them, quite frankly, operates at 15 times faster than a Bitcoin does. Speed's what's important in the transaction, okay, in the crypto world. And it has better technology, and it's got a whole bunch of banks behind it. See, Bitcoin has 0 banks behind it. It might have Microsoft and a whole bunch of technology companies, things like that behind it. But that doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? It's because it's the business world and the banking world. And if you get the business world and the banking world and the technology companies behind one of these stupid digital currencies, now you got a winner. Because they will control. And guess what? The thing that I know, see, I'm sharing with you why I got a #1 graduate in the MBA program at LSU. I do research better than anybody. Nah, not better than anybody. But I do it extremely well. And so I'm trying to share with you and everybody that's in this that when I talk business, and I'm not just giving you an opinion. It's an opinion that is backed by a lot of research. And it's a lot of experience because I didn't develop 3 international divisions, take a company from a US-based company to a global company in my corporate career. 3 separate different divisions with 3 separate different technologies. Petroleum additives, flame retardants and electronics, meaning the things that goes in your phones, the TVs, your boards, that kind of thing. That's why I dealt with the Sonys, the Matsushita's, and the Japanese and the Korean, the Samsungs. And then pharmaceuticals. We made the active ingredients, not the finished pills. So those are the industries that I come from. And each one of them had to do the same type of thing. How do you penetrate markets? How do you get a piece of share of it? And how do you participate in it? But I was doing it as an employee, so I didn't really get the benefit from it. In network marketing, guess what you get to do? You get to benefit from it. So, Cynthia, would you say that I believe in network marketing? Why have I only done 3 companies then in my life?
Built 3 companies?
No, 3. In other words, I don't jump from one deal to the next deal. I only will do something that I really legitimately think that people can earn money at it, that I really believe in. And it has a product that I really believe in. Gold and silver is a product I really believe in. I believe in that a lot more than I believe in a crypto coin. Because, you know, I don't have any control, neither do you have any control if that crypto coin evaporates in its value overnight. But guess what we do know? Gold and silver isn't going to evaporate overnight, no matter what. Do y'all realize that? It will never evaporate. It has an intrinsic value, a true intrinsic value. That's been since man discovered